Welcome to GabTalks, where we provide tools, tips, and techniques to help your life and business be easier, better, and faster. Hello, hello. Oh my goodness. Welcome to our next episode of GabTalks Success Tips from Experts. You guys, I'm so excited. I am bringing to you my amazing friend. We met 5, 6, 7 years ago through some mutual associates, and then we kind of were doing different things. And then when everything shut down, we wound up finding our way back to each other. And I am so happy to be able to bring to you the Information Diva, Miss Deborah Thorne. Hi, Deborah.
Hello there, Gab. Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction. So bubbly. Yay.
Thank you for letting me interview you. Oh my goodness. You have such a wealth of knowledge and information and such an incredible story that got you to where you are today. I'm so excited to be able to share you with our audience. Let's just jump in and have you tell our audience all about your expertise.
I am a connector. I connect people to people and people to opportunities. Now, the way I happen to do it is I'm an author, a coach, a trainer, and a speaker. And I love to say the proud host of the Leverage Conference, which happens every November. We're going into our 4th episode of it, and I'm really excited. And Gab has been one of the speakers, and each year it gets better and better.
Absolutely. And you do a ton of coaching and actually have done some mentoring and coaching with me as well. And yes, I was honored to be one of your speakers last year, and hopefully I'll be a speaker again next year and in future years for the Leverage Conference.
Oh yeah, you can come speak anytime you want to. Okay, we're friends. Like, we got it like that, girl. Anytime you want to speak. But I want your audience to know that the Leverage Conference is for speakers, authors, and entrepreneurs. And it is a place where people come to learn and to connect.
All right. I like our experts to share about their background and about that foundation so that people know they too can do it.
The most important thing to me was understanding that I am a serial entrepreneur. My education background is I was trained to be a social worker. When I was going to school, women did one of 3 things. They were teachers, they were nurses, they were social workers. I trained to be a social worker. I was going to be the great American social worker, take care of all the ills. Didn't take me long to realize that that really wasn't it. I went to work for the state of California, proud state employee, but I was being governed, if you will, by people who had less education and less insight than I did. And that was a problem for me, okay? You're telling me what to do, what to say, what to be, and you haven't had the experiences I had. Now, granted, I was young and, said some things and did some things that the older me would now say, that could have been a better way to do it. But I did discover serial entrepreneurship. One of my friends and I used to get up every January 1st, and our statement was, this is the year that my business is going to do $50,000. And we were really serious about this, and we were working in it, and the year would come and go, and then that's okay, because next January 1st, this is the year that I'm going to do $50,000. And I'm not even sure why the 50,000 was the threshold. And when things changed for me, I made $50,000 in 3 months. And that was the year I quadrupled my income. And so I've been on the path ever since to show women how to do business like a woman, not like a man, CEO, not CEO, and how to generate income from what they do. The threshold being, if you're not making $50,000 a year in your business, let me show you how to do that, and then show you what tweaks need to be made to make it 6 figures.
I totally get that. And I work with people similarly. But what I do is after you do all the stuff that you teach them, I help them actually do implementation. So I love that you and I get to collaborate with each other and work with similar audiences. Even though I always ask, what is your influence and your inspiration? We all of us that are entrepreneurs also have anti-inspirations and contra-influences of what we know that we don't want to be and don't want to do. And that was where you were actually coming from. So I'd like you to share about that with our audience.
Yeah, as I was sharing with you, even from school, when we were in school, they always ask you, who are you patterning after, or who do you look to? Who is, and I never had an answer. And it was frustrating then. And so when you turned around and we were discussing, I'm going, okay, that frustration hasn't left. But what it is for me, more importantly, is I did look at the things I didn't want to do. You know, working as a state employee, and believe me, working for the state was a good job. However, like I said, there were people leading me or telling me to do things that didn't understand what I do. See, I believe that in addition to generating income, which is important to all of us, I want to make a difference. I want to feel like what I do matters. I even want to have fun in it. I remember telling a supervisor once when I was working for a company that the job was no longer fun. And she said, it's not supposed to be, it's work. Well, see, I disagree with that. I don't, I enjoy what I do. When I show women how to change their lives, change their families' lives by what they do in their businesses, doing things that they know how to do or learning new things and enjoying it, that's fun to me. I enjoy it. I make money. It makes the world a better place. So I come from that point. How am I going to make the world a better place? How am I going to make a difference? How am I going to have some fun while I do it? And so you're right. The things that I saw or that took place for me were things that I didn't want. I didn't want the negativity. I didn't want the poor, morale in the office. I want people to be happy.
So you knew what you did want, and you saw and experienced what you didn't want that led you to be very clear on what you did want.
Absolutely. And because we work such a long time in our lives, when I was growing up, everybody was going to work to age 65 and then we were going to retire. Well, life had it that I retired at age 37 due to health. And now, as I love to say, I'm on level 7.1. So I'm 71 years old and I am still working because I enjoy what I do.
Right.
I work for two things, luxury and legacy, and I'm loving it.
You also are a huge inspiration to your family and your community. And I know that's a big part of it as well. Can I ask you, you mentioned, and I remember going to a Zoom version of this recently, you mentioned the January 1st. What caused you and your friend to decide to do that?
Okay, so as a result of my girlfriend and I having this meeting every year, this was just, because January 1st, people are setting up goals. I like to rather set intentions for the year, but we were trained to set goals and plan and all this. And this is what she and I were doing. We were, even before it was popular to have an accountability partner, we were holding each other accountable that this is the year we're going to do, our businesses are going to make $50,000. As a result, we started hosting what we call Party with a Purpose. And it is a beginning of the year party where a group of us get together and we talk about the previous year, what went well, what didn't go so well. And we start planning and setting intentions for the coming year. And Party with a Purpose, gosh, when we hold it this year, it will be year 16, I believe. Been doing it a long time. It's something that I truly enjoy. We took it to Zoom, as everybody took the world to Zoom. And we're going to continue with that because as a result, we had people from all across the country and outside the United States attended. So I can't duplicate that. But what it is a time for us to get together and think about what we really want, because unfortunately, many times we know what we don't want. Like, I don't want the problems that people had or how it was going, but we don't talk about what we really do want. We don't put into place what our intention is going to be. We don't talk about this is what I need. And then we go on to talk about what I need to do to make that happen. And so we get together once a year, have a lot of fun doing it, but talking about what the year is supposed to look like. And we come pretty close.
And I was there at your last one and I loved it because everybody could take inspiration from each other and everybody collaborated to lift everyone else up.
And I think that's, if I talk about what makes the difference between the way women do business and the way men do business, it is collaboration. We are not in competition. We can do the exact same thing, have the exact same audiences. We have very similar, but we're not in competition. We're in collaboration. How many different ways can we do this so that we all benefit? That's what we're about.
We're more co-opetition as we cooperate with each other versus compete with each other. Hello, hello, awesome listener. Thank you so much for joining us today at GabTalks Success Tips from Experts. We're going to take a short break and say thank you to our sponsors. It is through the generous support of these sponsors that we are able to bring to you these amazing experts that are sharing their best tips for your success. So please listen to what our sponsors have to say, and hopefully they're going to inspire you that you're going to click their links and go support them.
This is Tony Stark Polici, copywriter, marketing consultant, and author. And I have a question for you. If you could take $20 and turn it into 1,000 or 5,000 or 10,000 or 100,000, would you do it? Well, you can. And it's not through gambling. It's not investing in the stock market. It's by buying this book. That's right, my book. This was voted number 9 out of the top 100 best copywriting books ever written, and I wrote it for you, for business owners, to help you write better emails, better sales copy, better advertisement, to communicate better in all of your marketing and business communications. This book will change your business and your life. Try it. You're going to love it.
Introducing Boost by GoV, a high-end, first-in-class fuel catalyst tablet that is taking the world by storm. How would you like to save money on gas and go further on every single tank? The new MPG is here. Get more miles per gallon, boost power and performance, and reduce emissions and exhaust. What would you say if you could pay less and make fewer trips to the gas pump? It's time to wake up and get on the move. What are you waiting for? Get more out of life and join the GoV experience today. Scan the QR code or check the show notes for more information.
So, Deb, what would you tell your younger self if you could go back and give one piece of advice? And the fact that you spent so much time working with young folks, I want you guys, my audience, to really hear what Deb has to say.
Yeah, I love young people. I happen to speak teenagers. So first of all, I think what I want to point out is there's a difference between coaching and mentoring. Mentoring is where someone gives of themselves and they don't put a price tag on it and all that. So anybody in your audience who is under the age of 25 needs to reach out to me because I mentor them. They can have all the information I have at no cost. I want to help you get started because in our country, we have made a terrible mistake. We've taught everybody that everybody needs to go to college, not necessarily so. We've made college so expensive that these young people come out with huge amounts of debt. And I want to say, you know how to do something, or you could learn to do something that will feed you and your family going on if you just learn the systems and the regimens that are necessary to get these things done. So what I would say to a younger person, my younger self, is, baby, you are more than enough. Where you are today, you are more than enough to do whatever it is you choose to do. And I want to be sure that our younger audience hears that no matter what everybody else is doing, how they're doing, what it looks like on Instagram or whatever, you today are more than enough to accomplish what you want to accomplish. And you just need to seek out people like myself who are willing to mentor you and help you do that.
Absolutely. And when we can sit with that and recognize that is our truth, it opens up a whole world and a huge amount of happiness too, doesn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. Because if I know that I am more than enough, no matter what you say, whether you're trying to bully, trying to put me down, whatever, I'm more than enough. You go on and do you, I'm going to do me. And when I know that I can put these things together and make things happen, and someone is showing me how to make them happen, it's all good, all good.
I know that you have some amazing tips to help people. Will you share with us some of your best tips that someone could go right now and take action on?
Well, one of the things you and I talk about is the attitudes of a CEO. We talk about mindset, and one of them is that I know that I'm more than enough. But if you take a look at there, I think there are like 14 of them, and you look at it and really own it. And CEO has a meaning. It is successful, healthy, enlightened, entrepreneurial overachiever.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that you talk about in the Attitudes of a CEO, I think it's the third or the fourth one in, is really, really powerful that I want you guys to hear, especially the ladies.
I can talk about money without shame, fear, or guilt.
And I want you guys, the audience, to hear that, because, you know, as a female in the accounting world who dealt with people's money, I should have been able to have these conversations without feeling anxious when it was time for me to ask for the sale. And I should have these ability to have these conversations without other people looking down because I was having a conversation about money, and they did. And it took forever for me to realize how to own it. And if somebody was going to have a problem with it, that's them, not me.
Absolutely. And do me another favor. Don't should on yourself. It is what it is. Okay. I do what I do. If I want to change it, I change it. But if you start with the premise, I'm more than enough today. I define what my success is today. Okay. Because that too changes. So
yeah,
it's all good.
On each episode of GabTalks Success Tips from Experts, we like to highlight a hero sponsor who is a business that chooses to highlight a do-good organization in their own community that is bettering the world. Today's hero sponsor is...
Hello, I'm Deborah Thorne, the Information Diva, author, coach, trainer, speaker, and the proud host of the Leverage Conference for speakers, authors, and entrepreneurs. Today, it is my pleasure to highlight one of my favorite nonprofit organizations, Demo Chicks. Demo Chicks empowers, elevates, and enlightens girls and young women in the non-traditional fields of architecture, construction, and engineering. For more information about Demo Chicks, please use the link below. Thank you for your support.
So you have tons and tons of value and advice to give our audience, but we are coming to the close of this interview. I think that they need to reach out to you. I know you have coaching that you offer. I know you have Club CEO that you've launched. I know you have the Leverage Conference and a number of other things that people can reach out to you and learn more directly from you. Will you share with us your website and your social media and your best places to be contacted?
Okay, the easiest place is to contact me by the website, which is theinformationdiva.com. Real simple, theinformationdiva.com. And on social media, if you look for The Information Diva on Facebook or LinkedIn, I'm there. And Club CEO, as you mentioned, which is a complimentary group. It provides training and some coaching at no cost to you. We have Club CEO on Facebook and Club CEO on LinkedIn. They are exactly the same, just on different platforms.
So the links will be down below in the show notes and in the description. There's tons and tons of content that Deb is offering. Click the links, go reach out to her, find her in social media, let her know that you heard about her from Gab Talks, and see how you can collaborate and work directly with her and the people that she works with. Now, Deb, in addition to the Attitudes of a CEO, you also have a really great PDF that you're going to share with our audience.
Absolutely. 30 ways to generate income while you sleep. You know, we all talk about multiple streams of income, and somehow we got the word that I have to have a different job every time. No, absolutely not. Within the 30 ways, it's going to teach you how to take information that you already have and know and put it in 30 different forms that you can generate some income.
Awesome. So Deb, thank you so much for letting me interview you today. And you guys click the links, reach out to Deb, and don't forget to set your reminders so that you know when our next episode is airing. Hey, thanks so much for watching. We hope you got value today. We want to give a huge shout out of gratitude to our contributors. Please make sure you click the subscribe button below, and don't forget to click the bell up above to get reminders when we add new content.